I know what he's going through right now because I went through the same thing because Democrats on that committee in 1987, when I had to testify under oath for days at a time, finally got to a point where they had to smear me. And Howell Heflin, U.S. Senator from Alabama, puts up on the screen for the world to see a check I had written to a lingerie store. And he says to me in that way he had, "What were you doing? Buying undies for your girlfriend, Fawn Hall?" And I was stunned because I had no recollection of what the check was. Thankfully, my wife was sitting right behind me at the hearings, taps me on the shoulder and said, "That check was to buy our daughter's tutu for her ballet lessons." I asked Brendan Sullivan, my lawyer, after we went back and took a break, in front of my wife, "Why did they do that?" He said, "Well, they were doing that in an effort to humiliate you and bring you down to their level. Because if he'd had a chance to have an affair with a beautiful young secretary, he'd have done it." You know, Grant, you and I know each other well. I believe the word semper fidelis, always faithful, actually means something. It still does.
You know, Colonel, there's a reason why I say that this has been going on for decades. Look, back then in '87, they hated Ronald Reagan. They hate Donald Trump today, both the Democrats and, of course, the liberal media minions that work for them. They tried to take you down. You came out of that with 75% of the American public saying that you were a patriot, and I think it was on full display of their motives and the sliminess of the Democrats. I think Judge Kavanaugh is going to come out of this very well as well, because it has become clear as this unfolds, this is a giant game to totally ruin the reputation of good men, sir.
Well, that's exactly what they're doing. And that's why I say it's total hypocrisy. What they are trying to do is to tear people down and deny him the future. Think of what this means to his two little girls. I know what it meant to my kids when they saw the headlines in the papers. And what they're trying to do is not just take him off the screen as a Supreme Court justice. They're trying to ruin this man's life and teach a lesson to anybody who would volunteer to serve at the request of this president. I mean, that's exactly what you've got it spot on, Grant.
Yeah.